that shit was actually hard as
What?
no, I was just like rethinking about, dude. Like honestly, I was trying to like hold my GoPro for like, yes, it was, the fucking wind was so strong.
I could feel the resistance in your arm trying to fight the wind. You were like, oh man. I'm kind of like struggling a little bit.
No, you're doing fine though. If anything,
I need to slow down.
yeah, you can just go on this lane and slow down. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Alright, Clyde, so where are we going, homie?
I'm too tired now.
Too tired. Ew. Oh my gosh, is Luis awake?
Wait, what?
I thought you were asleep. Oh, Luis, I thought Luis was sleeping.
I was, but I woke up.
Oh, damn. Like a fucking potato.
I am like a fucking watermelon. You think you look like a potato? I'm a fucking watermelon, dude.
I fucking love this.
Rosemary. Guess who's allergic to rosemary?
Are you?
Not like intensely. It's okay, I'll live. I just get a little fluffy.
The good thing you look like you don't weigh that much, so we can just carry you if you knock out, dude.
Dies.
Alright, I guess we're eating already. I love this. Are you ready for the second one? This is. Wait. Yeah, struggling and recording. Lordy Jesus, take the wheel.
A little rap song.
All right. Yo, what is up? This is Chilling with the Homies, and I'm your host, Donala Chingona. With me, I have the first homie, Clyde.
What's up? What's up?
All right, so on today's podcast, actually, let me just give you an introduction of who Clyde is. So Clyde is a long... Clyde, no, you're fine.
That's confidential information.
Confidential information. So Clyde is
Did you record on your...
Yeah, I'm recording.
Okay.
So Clyde is a long-term homie. He actually a best friend, if I may say so myself.
Hermana, sister.
Hell yeah.
Ate, I don't know what else in
Kuya.
other languages.
What's kuya?
It just means older brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm your older.
You're like my older sister, you could say.
All right, for sure. So
But don't forget your seatbelt. Safety first,
yeah, right? So we've been knowing each other since high school. We went to the same school together. That school no longer exists, unfortunately. So there's no reason why mentioning it, right? Let's talk about our high school lives, Clyde. So tell me,
We shall.
what was the first impression of our high school? Like, tell me your experience. First of all, actually, let's ask this. What was your first experience? What was your experience in high school?
my experience, I think it was a pretty good experience. Just looking at it now, because as a student, you know, when you're younger, you're like, you know, oh, I hate high school. You just don't like high school in general. But then once you like become an adult and you look back at it, you know, you start to like, how do you say, you like think about the memories, and you think about what you should have done. You know, like making the most of everything instead of, I mean, I was really petty back in high school. Like I hated life. I hated like a lot of people, you know, just because they've done stuff to me. And like it should, you know, it's high school, you know, it's normal, but also you need to have a positive mindset. You know, you just can't think, okay, just because one person did something to me, or all these people are like, you know, just like annoying the crap out of me, doesn't mean that, you know, all of high school is not fun. You know, there's also good times that you should be able to enjoy, and I didn't do that. You know, I was always like, I just didn't like the environment I was in, and then that led to me just basically hating everything. You know, like people would go up to me and like say hi, and then in the back of my head I would be like, you know what, like F these people, you know, like they did this to me, but you know, it's maybe they did that to me because they were just having a bad day, you know, maybe that's just their culture, you know. I didn't keep that into consideration, you know. And then now that I think about it, I was like, okay, like I do have my off days, and that shouldn't be like a denying factor towards these things, you know.
I love that. Wow. Okay, with me, I am still, I didn't like, how do I put this? High school is not bad, you know. I never got bullied or anything. I didn't get messed with. The only thing, I just didn't like the school itself, because we were, so FYI to those listening and to those who do not know us, we went to a charter school. We were the second graduating class. We only had 200 students in the whole entire 4-year classes, classes, right? Yeah, exactly.
Like grades.
Grades, exactly.
Yeah.
So adding up freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors, it was only 200 kids. So you can understand what
So we're the second graduating class of the school. So it's a fairly new school. They don't have their stuff together. You know, we're basically like the lab rats.
Oh yeah, the guinea pigs, dude.
Yeah,
and
that's what we were.
Exactly. And I didn't feel like I was really learning as much. But Clyde is right. You know, I should really think about the positive things that happen. And there were. We'll be careful. Oh shit. Okay.
We're in LA.
we're in LA. Okay, we're in LA. Driving to Koreatown. And yeah, it was for me. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I hated high school just because I didn't want to go to that high school to begin with. My high school.
Same here. I didn't want to go to that high school.
Exactly. I was forced to go to that school because it was a college ready school. So my parents are like, okay, it's college ready. It has
college
it on the
ready.
name. College ready.
College ready.
So they're like, okay, you know what? This school's your school, right? I'm like, okay, fuck it. And I've, you know, throughout the whole time, I was always trying to like get into fights. Like no joke, I was always trying to like start like beef with people.
I got into a fight.
You did?
Yeah, but I want the fight. I didn't like. Okay, so you know how I did martial arts?
Yeah.
So basically, what happened was I was dating that Ashley girl.
Okay.
Right, and what ended up happening was this guy. You know, it turns out it's one of Ashley's exes, and she found out, and he found out. So what ended up happening is he like took out a shank. and this is real. This is true, dude. I felt like a boss ass, you know, bitch.
Yeah.
You know, so like he took off the knife. He was with like 2 other people, and you know how like street people fight.
Yeah.
You know, like pulling hair, like grabbing each other, and like, you know, just doing. It's just the street, you know.
Yeah.
They fight like they're in the street.
Hell yeah.
So what happens is he takes out the knife and he's like, hey, you know, he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, I know you're dating my girl. And I was like, then why the fuck is she dating me? You know?
Oh,
and
damn.
I was like, you know, like I was, you know, I thought I was a shit. So what ended up happening is right when he pulled it out, my first initial reaction was kick the knife out. So I kicked the knife out of his hand, you know, and then one of his homies tried to get it. But when his homies got it, you know, when he, and like, this is kind of stupid, you know, he's so vulnerable that he tried to grab the knife by kneeling down. I kicked him in the face. he like, you know, he was complaining about it. So then, I mean, it was kind of stupid of me. I know it wasn't fair, but I kicked him in the nuts.
Nah, dude.
And then after, the actual boyfriend was like, oh crap, like, oh crap, you know. So he tried to grab me, but the thing was, I was like kind of kneeling, and he tried to grab me from behind. So I elbowed his nuts. So it was basically like it's basically like a nut battle, you know. It's like whack a nut, you know.
A nut battle, dude.
Yeah, so it's like whack a nut, you know.
Yeah,
so he grabs me, he's on the floor, both of them are already on the floor, already like, you know, like crap, like my nuts hurt, you know. And the other guy was like, oh crap, you know. He just left, dude. He just left, and then the guy stood up, so I just kicked him in the face, because I was like, okay, these people, like, who knows if they had a gun, you know. That was stupid of me, like, to even do that, you know. I don't know if they had a gun.
Safety
like,
first.
yeah. And then thinking about it now, I'm just like, why did I do that? You know, I should have just ran away. But then this is a this is a good story to tell.
Yeah, you gotta stand your ground though.
So yeah, that's the story.
Hold on, was Ashley there to see all of this?
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't?
She was at the general store. Like the one down the street.
Can you just imagine how badass you would have looked if Ashley was like staring at your ass?
Yeah, dude, looking like Bruce Lee.
Hell yeah, I freaking love that. Well, damn, I didn't even know about this fight. Why am I just hearing about it now?
Yeah, dude, it was like freshman year.
Oh wait, we were barely knew each other freshman year. Yeah, okay, well, so Clyde and I, we were friends. I remember, actually, you know what, I know I'm like skipping to topics, but I want to talk about the first time we met, and this like has like this memory is like grinded into my head.
I don't even remember the first time we met.
Okay, hold on. So I was in line waiting to get into Mr. Chang's class, our math algebra teacher, and I was with this girl named Brenda at the time, and you know, Brenda was literally like the only friend I had, because I was super antisocial back then. I didn't want to talk to anyone. So we were just there talking, and then there's this tall Filipino dude who comes close to us, and guess who that is?
This is me.
That's Clyde. So Clyde comes up to us, right, and he introduces himself like as CJ. And this bitch Brenda was like, do you have something easier to say? And he's like, yeah, my name's Clyde. So
I'm remembering it now. She's like, was she the one that said it's literally one syllable?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah,
I remember, like, he introduced, because he used to go as CJ, you know, because his name, can I say the full name?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so his name is Clyde Gerald Senaton, so he just goes by CJ because it's like the acronym of his first name. And for some reason, Brenda thought that was so hard, she couldn't say CJ.
Well, no one can pronounce my name. That's the thing, you know. Like, there's people that call me Cleed, there's Clay. Sometimes, like, I hear 5, and people can't even pronounce my name, and they say Kyle. You know, they can't pronounce Clyde, they say Kyle. So,
where the hell is the Kyle
I'm like, okay, you know, people can say the alphabet, you know, in English.
Right.
So I just say, okay, literally 2 letters, C and J.
Yeah.
You know, it just makes it easier like that.
But Brenda's S found this so hard to say. Thinking about it, and I'm like, dude, what's so hard about CJ? But anyways, that's the first time I met Clyde, and after that, we kept talking to each other, and I think we got closer towards the end of freshman year, because that's when I started hanging around at your place too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would take the bus.
Oh my gosh, memories.
Oh man.
Dude, now we can't even stay in the bus. Like, I cannot travel on the bus.
I can't travel on the bus. I mean, kudos to you guys who do it, but I mean, once you start driving a car, you're like,
you can't go back.
You just can't go back. You know,
you just want to kill all that like carbon emission, like not even care about like,
yeah, not even ride a bike, you know. It's tiring,
dude. Oh my god. Well, right now, actually let me introduce what's really gonna happen in this podcast. This podcast will mainly be in my car. I'm carless right now because my car got stolen like a few months ago, and I'm still trying to find a new one, or a used new one. So we're using Clyde's car for now. But yeah, that's the scene. Well, anyways, let's get back to the topic, high school. So what is the best memory you have of high school?
High school. Like, if I was to pick one memory.
Yeah, one memory. Just one memory.
One memory. Let me think of it. That's really hard. That's a really hard question. That's a very hard question.
I don't even know.
Because I'm like indecisive about it.
All right, well, tell me 2 then.
2. Okay. Okay, one relates to... Oh, okay, no. I know one memory. Okay, so there's this guy that me and Donna know called Luis, right?
Alright, I love
and
this
I've
dude.
never had my first kiss. I have never had my first kiss until high school, right? So hear me out. This is my favorite memory. So I like started talking to this girl because she has like a really huge crush on me apparently, you know. Let me put my blinkers on. So there's this girl who has a very, very big crush on me, right? Like, you know, she's giving hints and all her friends are telling me, and I was like, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So, you know, horny 15-year-old me was like, okay, the first thing I can do is probably make out with a girl. Or not even make out, probably just kiss. So what happens was like, I was like, okay, like,
Hi, it's me. 3 years older, maybe 3. Damn, 3. My 3, number 3, my lord. I had to put that shit in. Anyways, let's go ahead and complete this fucking story.
like, okay, like.
Alright, so what ends up happening is that Clyde ends up meeting up with this girl, and they end up meeting behind the building. So I have to explain that our school was just one building. It had, I want to say, like 10 classrooms maybe. There was only 2 grades at the time, so it was the sophomores and the freshmen, and we were the freshmen. And well, anyways, they go to the back of the fucking building and they end up making out. They finish their makeout session, and then Clyde goes outside, or not even outside because we're literally outside already, but he goes I guess to the front yard, and he meets up with Luis, or he stumbles upon Luis, who's in the video, but I didn't take that much video of him for some reason, looking back now. Anyways, I didn't really take much video of anything, but they end up talking, and Clyde ends up bringing bringing up the whole makeout thing, and Luis is like, oh, like, I also made out with her. So yeah, that was that was his favorite memory, knowing that they both kissed the same girl within like a span of a week maybe.